Welcome
rude.
to the Garlic Boys podcast.
That was rude. No. You
Welcome
stop.
to the Garlic.
Stop.
No, you stop.
Welcome to the Garlic Boys podcast. I'm your host, Sean Spencer, and this is my partner, Tugboat Tigsby. How you doing today, fellas?
Out of spite, you're trying to take over the podcast intro.
Just the intro. I have no sway over the punishment. You know, I just have to have some sort of control in my life.
Well, do you want to get right into the... Oh, sorry. Welcome to the Garlic Boys podcast, where we treat friendship like a good recipe treats garlic. We're your host. I'm Connor O'Connor, and that's Matthew Haux. So,
excuse me, Sean Spencer. I already said that. How's it going?
do you want to get straight? Do you want to talk first, like do a little banter, or do you want to get straight into your punishment?
I would rather get it over with.
You want to get it over with? Are you sure?
Well, it's going to happen sooner or later.
Okay. Well, I figured for this punishment, it should be something that's more mentally affecting.
Oh, lovely.
Than physically, as the last one was.
Yeah, and you got my girlfriend in on this one.
Yes, and so that was another thing that I thought of I'm just going to keep talking to everyone that's close to you and that cares about you, and using their anger towards you to punish you further.
Nice.
Not
Not
that
you. Nobody cares about me.
Hey, but do you need to talk real quick? Or, like...
No, I mean it though. It was a very long day at work. I'm exhausted.
I feel you. I didn't have a booking until 6:30, so like I sat around all day and played video games, and then had to go to work.
Same.
It was exhausting.
It was exhausting. Actually, no. Like playing video games can be exhausting. I don't mean to imply that it is the same as like a full day of work, but playing video games can be quite exhausting.
Especially when you're not good at the game.
Yeah.
Though, as an update, I will tell you that I am fighting the third boss now.
Hey, nice. How many are there? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I'm so confused by this game.
I can't wait to play it. I'm so excited for it. But no, that's fair. I've heard it's a lot.
It's cool that they give you a lot to do, because it
Right.
means you're going to keep playing the game and you're going to get your money's worth from it.
Right.
But by golly, is this one of the most stressful games? one of the most stressful games I've ever had to do with.
Oh, absolutely.
Can
I'm
you
so
take
sorry.
your next bike right into the microphone, please? I need them.
I can try.
I need to
The
know if everyone
ASMR?
can hear how juicy this watermelon is.
Uh-oh. You froze.
No, I didn't. You froze.
Excuse me. You froze.
I didn't
Okay.
freeze at all.
Here comes the watermelon ASMR. All right.
Go for it.
How was that?
There was just all glitchy computer sounds. That's all that I got.
Okay. That's fair. Listen, I am obsessed with watermelon. My mom keeps buying them and they're gone within like a day. It's my midnight snack every night. It's just so good.
I got French fries.
Nice. Are they McDonald's fries?
Yeah.
They look like McDonald's fries.
You look like a McDonald's fry.
That's actually fairly accurate. Also, I'd like to point out, so we recorded as you guys last week. Yeah, at the time of listening this, the last week you would have heard that we recorded 2 episodes in one go. This week is like a week after, but we still have one on bank. It's very confusing to me. I don't know what's happening. It's okay. But I did hear you talk about me, Connor. I listened. I listened to this episode. I heard you talk about me. It was equally both like sweet and also super combative and aggressive.
That's my general vibe. So
Yeah, no, that's true. It was just like it hurt, but at the same time, it was like, you know what? Yeah, that's what best friends do, right?
it's so funny when people at like our friends at school would try to explain me to new people.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Because the common phrase that people would get is, if Connor's nice to you, he hates you.
Yeah.
And like, it's not technically wrong, but like, if I feel comfortable enough to fully insult and be mean to you on the level that I am, like with you, like the things we say to each other, not on air. Like if you just heard me and Matt talk to each other normally,
You'd be
probably
convinced
think we hated each other.
Yeah.
And
Or
I
that
think
we're madly in love.
that
which-
too. It doesn't help that we sit at the same side of the table when we go out to eat.
That's not true. I like to look into your eyes.
That's also true. I mean, one of them is nice to look at. The other one, ugh. It's enough Stalin from you, Matt. You ready for this? Stalin.
Stalin's the leader of Russia. I got an answer right. Well, he was not anymore. Is that part of the quiz?
No, we'll do dictators next week. Ooh, that's actually not a bad idea for a quiz. Guess what dictator this country is? Guess what country this dictator is from?
I don't like this. Let's go to the punishment, which I'm gonna like even less.
Let me know in the comments what you think about the dictator quiz. So as you said earlier, and as you know, because I didn't have a phone number and I needed to ask you for it. Oh, I should have just texted your mom so that you were fully in the dark. Yeah. This is a punishment quiz.
Punishment quiz. Ooh.
Yes. This will have no bearing on if you win or not. This is just to, like I said, inflict mental and emotional pain, because this is a quiz of remembering. Not remembering me, not remembering this show, not even remembering your favorite TV show. This is a quiz of remembering the most important relationship in your life.
Oh no.
This quiz is called Matt and Mia Sitting in a Tree. KISSING.
No. Oh no, Mia.
I got in contact with your
are
wonderful
not allowed to
girlfriend.
listen. You're not allowed to listen to the episode, Mia. You're not allowed.
I got in contact with your wonderful girlfriend and gave her the brief of Matt sucks at remembering things. Yeah. So if I forced him to try and remember things about the relationship on air, this can be torment for him.
Oh yeah.
And she so willingly and happily agreed to help me with this.
I just really hope she doesn't listen to this episode.
Oh, I'm sending it to her before it's even done.
Right.
So I'm going to give you a prompt. You have to give me an answer based on what Mia has told me. Are you ready?
Sure. I just finished my last piece of watermelon, so this is really depressing already.
Yep. Let's see what you remember about your relationship.
Sounds good.
Question number 1. What was the most memorable date? Sorry, the most memorable date said to me. What did I write? She told me that the most memorable date that you two had was your 4th date. Why was this date memorable?
Oh, that's a really good idea. A really good question. It's a memorable date. It was our 4th date. Excuse me. Thank you, listeners, for bearing with me. 4th date. I was stalling, by the way. Stalling. I'm gonna go with 4th. Shoot.
Come on, describe to me what your 4th date was.
I don't know what the fourth date was. I'm gonna go with, so since it was memorable, I'm gonna go with the first time that Mia, ooh, that could be way off base in the timeline. I'm gonna say is the first time that Mia told me she loved me, which was at a botanical garden type place. I could be way off base on the timeline here. That's my guess.
Matt, that was incorrect.
Shoot.
Your fourth date was when you guys went to the mall and met your parents there. And as you were leaving, you couldn't find your keys and you started to panic. You then walked to your car after not being able to find them and realized not only had you left your keys in your car, you apparently left your car running the entire time you were on the date.
We were there for like several hours.
And in response to that, Mia went, memories.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it definitely seemed a bit too early for the I love you, but I could not think of, oh my goodness.
Can you defend why you could not remember that date?
No. This brain doesn't remember anything at all. So that's,
did you hear that, Mia? Number 2. Who is older, Mia or myself?
Oh no. No. Okay, I know this one. See, this is the problem with you end of July dumb stinking people. I love you, Mia. I hate you, Connor. I love my sister. But they're all the same. Like anything past the 20th is the exact same date in my head. I'm gonna go with Mia is older because I'm pretty sure yours is July 24th or 6th. And hers is the 22nd. So I'm gonna go with Mia is older.
Final answer?
Final answer.
You were correct that Mia is older.
Okay.
Matt, my birthday is on the 28th.
The 28th. Oh my gosh. I told you, everything past the 20th is the exact same to me. The only way I can memorize my sister's and Mia's birthday, they're on the same day, is because it's the 22nd, and the 22nd on May 22nd is my mom's birthday, and I've had that memorized for years. So that's the only way I can know their birthdays. Sorry, guys.
Is it true that you hold it over her that you're older than she is by only a few days?
Okay, first of all, it's more than a few days. It's like 2 weeks.
You're so snooty about this.
I'm not. I've never held it over anybody that my birthday.
You hold it over me.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is slander, slanderous lies, libel, all of the above.
All right.
It'll be libel once the TikTok subtitles come in.
Question number 3.
Yeah.
When the 3 of us hung out over New Year's, what first did Mia experience?
What? What do you even mean? What first did Mia experience? That doesn't make sense. She probably experienced. It's like one of those riddles, like your house is on fire, blah 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 blah. What do you open first? And it's like your eyes. Like that's what this feels like to me. This feels like she experienced waking up. Like I don't get the question.
What first did she experience?
Like what was? I'm gonna go with her first New Year's kiss, because I mean that was her first time experiencing that on New Year's. So I'm gonna go with that because I don't get the question.
Final answer?
Mm-hmm.
That could quite possibly be correct, but that's not the answer I have. Matt, when we did the escape room, that was her first time doing an escape room.
Oh, we did an escape room on New Year's.
It wasn't on New Year's Day. It was on New
It was
Year's
like
Eve.
The New Year's trip that you came up here. I see what you're saying. All right. Gosh darn it. The kiss counts too. Because it's true.
Not in my book.
Okay. This is so bad.
Question number 4. Yeah, we're only 3 questions in and you already feel like this?
Yes.
What video game that you two play together did she tell me about?
I'm going to go with It Takes Two. Because that's the one we played the most together. And it was a fantastic game, by the way. Any double video game players out there, video game duos, that's the game. It Takes Two. Final answer.
Final answer. All right. That is correct, Matt.
Oh, yeah. I know my video games.
Her direct quote was, "One video game we like to play was It Takes Two when he had to work together to beat the game."
Yeah. That was fun.
So you're good at working with someone when it takes video games, but when it takes recording a podcast, you're not good at it?
Excuse me? I put my all into this, sir. Mr. Tugboat takes me.
Question number 5. What is one of your favorite places to eat together?
That's not very fair. We have a lot. Okay. Oh, it depends on what we're eating. That's not fair. Okay, I will name it if I name all of them, because we have like 3. If I name all of them, will you give me the point if it's on there?
I can't fact check all of the other ones.
Oh, but
I'll give you 3 choices. I'll give you 3 chances to guess the right answer.
Okay. All right. Taco Bell. Are you gonna say yes or no, or do I just
give me your 3 answers?
Okay, I didn't know this was gonna work. Taco Bell. We really like Toko, which is like a Japanese sushi restaurant, and we really like what is it called, Matt? We get a really good quesadilla there, and we split it because it's delicious. It's got the chip frescas. One of those. It's either masculine or feminine. I don't know. Spanish is Spanish.
Final answer.
That is my final answers.
I'm not sure if this is correct, but typically if you're trying to say the word fresh in Spanish, I believe it is fresca.
Okay.
So just for that. But the answer was Taco Bell.
Oh, right. That was my number 1 answer too.
Our favorite fast food place we like to go to is Taco Bell.
Yeah, if you would have said fast food, I would have instantly known Taco Bell, but I guess
I
can't
had to
be
make
that
it a
easy.
little difficult. All right. Why did this skip from 4 to 7? And now I don't get this thing at all. Number 5. No, number 6.
I think it's 5, isn't it?
No, 7 was 5, so 8 is 6.
Okay.
What did you do when the 3 of us got Taco Bells over New Year's that made us go twice?
Oh, yeah, I remember this one. I left my card there. We actually had to go back. We had to like retrace our steps and call around and try and get my card. Oh, that was rough. It was my debit card that we left. I left. I'm sorry, not we.
Final answer?
Final answer.
That is correct.
Yeah.
I figured you would remember that. I just wanted to point out Matt forgot to ask for his debit card back. Did not realize he didn't have it until about
we were like in
9 o'clock at night when we were at Dollar General trying to buy Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
I had to call Taco Bell 3 times.
I've asked God for a replacement brain for a long time, man. It's just not coming. It's not coming in the mail. It's on back order, like my medication.
Goodness. Number 7. You've built a few Lego sets together as a couple, but what 2 franchises did you say you've built?
Did I say I've
Did
built?
she say you've built?
Okay. One has to be Star Wars. Well, not necessarily. There's 3. Okay. All right, Matt. I'm gonna go. Because like that's we've done 3. We've done Lord of the Rings. It's the little mini ones. They're right behind me. We've done Marvel. We did a Venom bust, which was pretty sweet. We did that at our camp, and then we also just recently did Commander Cody, which is Star Wars. That's 3 different franchises. I'm gonna go with the ones she remembers. Ones that she pointed out specifically were the Lord of the Rings one, since we did the entire set. And Star Wars. I'm going to go with Star Wars. That's my final answer.
That is correct.
Yes! Yes. Oh,
Quote, we like to build Legos together. We have made about 4 or 5 of them, all Star Wars themed and some Lord of the Rings mixed together.
oh, she's the one who forgot the Venom.
No,
Not
she,
me.
she told me only those 2. And so I figured there was more because I know you have more Lego sets than that you've gotten recently. And so I made it so that you would have to try and figure out which
ones
2 she told me about.
That's mean. That is mean.
It's almost as if this is a punishment.
I hate punishments. In case anybody didn't know. Okay, first of all, before we continue, what type of cheese is that looks like an ottoman in the bottom? What would it be? Where you're turned around. The one with the brown bumps. Yeah, that one. What is that?
I have no clue, dude.
It looks like like an ottoman you'd find in your grandmother's house, or like your great grandmother's house.
I think it could be like a cheese ball. You know how like sometimes they put like pecans on the outside of a cheese ball?
Maybe.
I'm not exactly sure.
Sorry, sidetrack. It looks so weird.
It doesn't. You're not wrong. I'm liking the cavernous cheese here.
The simple cheeses, not the moldy ones behind your head.
Oh, that's. We'll get into the cheese. I promise.
Okay.
Number 8. True or false? The first Lego set she bought you was a bust of Boba Fett.
That she bought me. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Oh no. I think that's right. I think that's true because I think I bought the Venom one. Boba Fett one sounds right. Yeah, I'm gonna go with yes. False. True. 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 Final answer. True.
Fine. For sure, final answer?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Number 9.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of her favorite recipes to cook with you?
Oh no. Some? Like how many? What does that even mean? Okay. One of our favorite things that we did together, that we cooked together, we cooked from scratch. Obviously, we didn't like pick our own rice, but we did onigiri, excuse me, which is like rice triangles with filling on the inside and a little bit of seaweed on the bottom.
Those are jelly donuts.
Close. Close. They taste the same. No, just kidding. That'd be
Do you
really
get that
weird.
joke?
Vaguely, but no.
So, just real quick sidetrack. First season of Pokemon, when they were dubbing it, Brock had onigiri at one point,
Yep.
and they were like, "These white kids aren't going to understand cultural food inside of this magical animal anime. We have to make it something they'll know." And so the onigiri is in the show. You see it as the rice triangle with the seaweed, and Brock goes, "I have some delicious jelly donuts."
That's why that sounds familiar. We made that plus bao, which is like a dumpling. Very, very good. We made that one from scratch, our own dough and all that jazz, made the filling. It was really good. We've made so much together, but I'm gonna go with that specific like meal that we did, bao and onigiri.
Final answer.
Final answer.
That is correct.
Yeah. Are you upset that I'm actually doing good on this quiz?
Yeah, because you lost the quiz about me. And I've known you way longer.
And the psych one. Well, this is more fresh in my mind, I've known you a long time. It gets all jumbled together. How am I supposed to remember that 2.56 years ago we did this, or that?
Because you care. That's why.
I do care, but my brain doesn't.
Oh, yeah, no, I see what you care about, Matt.
My brain doesn't distinguish priorities.
Number 10. Thank you for telling me I'm not a priority. Number 10.
That's not at all what I said, but continue.
What's your anniversary?
Which one? When we first started talking? When we first started dating? Okay. Our dating anniversary, when we first started dating, like officially dating, was, on my part, it was a little bit of an oversight, I guess you could call it. I asked her if she would date me on April 1st of, you probably want the year too. You want to get more specific. April 1st of 2022. April 1st, 2022. It's the last year, so it's got to be 2022.
Final answer?
Final answer.
You know how you could have known for sure it wasn't 2023?
I know it wasn't 2023. I was just making sure it wasn't 2021. But how?
Because we hung out on New Year's 4 months before this happened. You're correct.
All right. Believe it.
You did not know it was April 1st? Or you didn't understand that asking her out on April 1st, she might think you were joking?
It didn't even register to me what the date was in my head. It was probably a day off, and listen, in my crazy schedule, I don't have time to worry about the number on the calendar. Time is a construct, Connor. Time is a construct that shouldn't exist. I'm going full on Marxist or something.
Yeah, can we just sit on that statement for a second? On how dumb that was?
Listen. We created time out of this arbitrary means of getting around when all we need is the sun. All we need is just, it's bright outside. Let me go do my work. Oh, it's not bright outside anymore. Oh, guess the criminals can do whatever they want now because I'm off the clock.
Number 11.
Oh, there's Okay.
True or false, Matt?
Okay.
The first time Mia and I met was at New Year's.
Okay. You guys met over video. Like after we were done recording, like she was in the room and she came over and said hi. We kind of like held the headphones, so she could hear. So I'm gonna go with no. In person, I think yes. I think in person, yes, you did meet for the first time on New Year's. That trip, that whole time you were here. However, you guys met over video call before that. So that's my final answer.
I need you to clarify what your answer is, true or false.
No. All right.
It's a true or false question.
Yeah. Okay. False.
Final answer.
Final answer.
Matt, that is incorrect.
What?
New Year's was the first time that Mia and I met in person.
You didn't say in person. You said met. You met over video call.
I was introduced to her over video call.
That's
I
called
did not
meeting.
meet her until we were in person, because you can't truly meet someone through a computer screen.
Tell that to the people who've been in relationships with their online people for years. It's called long distance, Connor. Maybe
That's called
you should look it up.
catfishing.
No,
Yeah.
it is not catfishing.
How do you feel about this? How do you feel about what just happened?
I feel like there has been an injustice on my answer. I think I'm right, but
Oh, I meant the whole quiz in general.
oh, I feel just fine.
Did better than you thought you were going to?
I did actually. I did better than I thought I was going to. I don't know if I won. I wasn't keeping track because I can't do that, I guess. But
no one said you couldn't keep track of your own score.
No. I can't do that. I would like if I focused on thinking of the answer for more than 2 seconds, I would lose the number I had in my head of. I can't even keep track of which question we're on. So
yeah, that's fair. Well, Matt, I'm pleased to say that you did win this quiz. And that comes with the final part of your punishment of knowing that even though we've known each other longer and no one's going to love you any more than I can, you apparently love Mia more than me.
Oh. This is not fair.
The quiz wasn't the punishment, Matt. I expected you to do well. The punishment is the guilt you have to feel of now knowing my feelings are hurt.
No. Nope. I don't believe it. Not true. Nope. If I just live in denial, it'll go away. It'll go away. It didn't happen.
You're gonna live in denial of my feelings?
Yep.
Yeah, you know what that's called? That's called gaslighting, Matt. So not only do you not love me, you're gaslighting me too?
Yes.
Ow, stop hitting me.
Yes, I Mr. Fantastic all the way an hour and a half just to punch you in the face. Like, come on, Connor.
Oh, please, you're a cop. You know not to hit in the face. That leaves a mark.
Yeah, use phone books against the ribs. It actually hides the bruises. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but no.
Wow, now you're out here giving abuse tactics, Matt? For shame.
I'm giving police abuse tactics because I am part of the criminal justice system and I need to expose the bad.
You're perpetuating police abuse? You're encouraging the police to abuse people? I
Not
expected so much more from you, Matt.
okay. All right.
Do you have a topic for this week?
I do actually. Let me get it ready. Do. Okay, so so my mom sent me this article. My mom, Kelly Haux, she's a Patreon supporter. Thank you very much.
Big ups to Kelly.
She sent me an article about a church.
Okay.
Let me just pull it up so I can read you couple little snippets,
Okay.
little snapshots here and there. Okay. I'll give you the title. Hundreds of Protestants attended a sermon in Nuremberg given by ChatGPT, which told them not to fear death. This church put together an experimental ChatGPT sermon. And it was unnerving, to say the least, for most people. Multiple avatars controlled by ChatGPT delivered the sermon on a huge screen above the altar. So, for those of you who don't know, ChatGPT is an artificial, and I'm using quotes, an artificial intelligence chatbot. And you can use it for a number of things, like writing letters or creating character ideas for when you're writing a book. I don't know. Or maybe when you're part of an RPG thing, you use ChatGPT to come up with an entire backstory. Anyway, it's like a generative type text medium. And I say artificial intelligence in quotes because it's not really artificial intelligence. It's just gathering information and using algorithms to produce something that is actually pretty decent. However, in I believe Nuremberg is in Germany. Yeah, Germany. They did an entire Chat GPT chatbot personified by an avatar of a bearded black man on a huge screen above the altar, then began preaching to the more than 300 people who had shown up on Friday morning for an experimental Lutheran church service almost entirely generated by AI. Dear friends, this is in quotes. This is from the avatar. Dear friends, it is an honor for me to stand here and preach to you as the first artificial intelligence at this year's convention of Protestants in Germany. The avatar said with an expressionless face and monotonous tone. It was a 40-minute service. They sat here and watched this guy for 40 minutes. The entire service was led by 4 different avatars on the screen, 2 young women and 2 young men. At times, the AI-generated avatar inadvertently drew laughter as when it used platitudes and told the churchgoers with a deadpan expression that in order to keep our faith, we must pray and go to church regularly. Some people enthusiastically videotaped the event with their cell phones, while others looked on more critically and refused to speak along loudly during the Lord's Prayer. I bring all this up. I thought it was very interesting, but just like the whole topic of AI right now, pretty insane stuff. I know it's not AI. I think we can clear that up, get that out of the way. It is not in fact AI. However, that's really wild that it came up with an entire sermon and preached it.
Artificial intelligence, like ChatGPT, is when Philip DeFranco talks about it, he always says this is the worst that it's ever going to be. I don't believe that they're ever going to be able to come up with their own genuine and unique thoughts, because I believe that part of like having fresh new ideas, a new take on something comes from the human experience.
Yeah.
And how you experience that and how it affects you. And so like any sort of writings come from that. And so especially with sermons and like how it speaks to you and how the Lord speaks to you through it, that's where it comes from. And so, yeah, you can recite the platitudes and everything,
Right.
but it's not going to be anything that's deep and worthwhile. And I
Right.
think the people that were laughing at it and refusing to pray along with it were rightfully justified,
Yeah.
because that is the most insane thing I've ever heard. There is no reason to say, oh, I don't want to do this, let me just use ChatGPT. Unless you're so fully like writer's block that you just need like a name.
Inspiration kind of thing. Yeah.
Right. But the big problem with that is their algorithms are based off of other people's works, other people's experiences and things like that. So like it's basing off of things, not developing it.
Right. It's fully derivative rather
Right.
than like inventive.
And yeah, there's people out there like, oh, all art is derivative. What? Shut up. Okay. It's not derivative if it's a genuine experience that someone is having. But AI can't have an experience. It can look at data and come up with something.
I think the closest thing, look, it has to do with data, and on a base level, all of us are processing data. Like our brains are essentially computers. However, I think the closest, in my opinion, that AI could come is if we created a body to house the AI,
Right.
and the neural stimuli that we feel is exactly what the AI processed. That would be about as close as it could get, but even then, it would be basing the information that it's getting off of other data that it's already gathered. You know what I mean? It would I don't know how else you would do it. You know what I mean? Like theoretically, if you created a little baby body, a little baby to be birthed and to do, but even then, it's a fully formed processing machine. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I don't know.
It's an algorithm, and the difference between an algorithm is that it's always going to take the same experience the same way.
Yeah, humans.
You can do the same thing to me twice, and I'm going to probably react 2 different ways because it depends on variables in the situation.
And you can do the same thing, the same exact thing in the same exact scenario to 2 different people. They're going to react completely differently.
Right. Do I think AI can be fun? Sure.
Mm-hmm.
We did an AI theater bit. I think it would be fun to do it more. I don't want to do it until the writer's strike is over, because a big part of what they're fighting against right now is studios saying, well, why are we paying writers when we can just have AI do it? Because the AI is not going to come up with an experience that they've had.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of writers write based on things that they've done, things that they've been through. So many good TV shows are based off of something that someone went through when they were younger, an experience they had, things like that. I mean, one of the biggest sitcoms over the last few years was The Goldbergs, and that was literally about that dude's life. Like, that was how he grew up in the 80s. ChatGPT didn't grow up. It didn't have a quirky dad and a strange mom. Like, it's not going to be able to come up with that.
Yeah.
And
I don't want to be a part of the AI scare, because like you were saying, it's not gonna take over the world.
right.
But just like with everything in moderation, moderation is good. It's good with just about everything. So if we turn to AI entirely for art, like as a society, we say, AI, generate this art, generate this image. I want this image. You're taking away millions of jobs, you know, from artists, local artists, and things that want that job. You know what I mean? And so if we continue to turn to it for jobs, we're gonna get dumber because we're not doing the work ourselves. And that is how your brains develop, is by doing things. And we're gonna take away jobs because we're relying on, you know, a computer, which doesn't need to get paid to do it.
I was watching a documentary way long ago. I don't remember when, but it was talking about like how in the future, like if we become too reliant on machines and everything, like eventually we're not going to be able to do anything on our own. We'll forget how to walk, lose muscle mass, things like that. and eventually, like, a tiny robot is going to be packing up pollution
Don't
all
you
over the
dare.
earth.
Don't you dare frame Wall-E as a documentary.
It might not be a documentary, but it is a stark warning about how complacent we can become with technology and AI, and how if we let it take over us, we're going to lose ourselves in the process.
It might as well be like a mockumentary of like a theoretical future, kind of like Brave New World was a book written many years ago, but it was already like I was reading it in high school and I was like, that sounds a little familiar. This was written like 50 years ago. That sounds a little familiar. It's concerning.
George Orwell's 1984.
Yep.
That was written in 1948, and it was like, hey, if we don't get rid of fascists, this is what's going to happen.
I wonder what that sounds like.
What? What do you mean there's going to be a ministry of truth that tells you what they think that you should believe? That would never happen.
Never. That's not possible. We would revolt, right?
Anyways,
we would turn against that.
Anyways, in other news, did you hear that Trump was indicted on 37 counts?
I did hear that. And I was quite happy to hear it.
So, he was the first president to be impeached twice.
Yep.
And now he's the first president to ever been indicted twice.
Yeah. It's pretty wild.
And people are still
defending him. Which is wild. It's wild. Like the whole thing about like the whole argument where they say like if Biden did the same thing, you would be all uproarious about us impeaching him and indicting him. No, I would not. I would not be uproarious about it. If he did it,
with that,
indict him.
The problem with that, with the idea of taking documents out of the White House and everything, Biden did that, discovered he did that, and called up the agency that deals with the documents and was like, hey, I have these, please come take them from me.
And returned them with no issue.
He did everything he was supposed to do with it. Not take them from DC down to Florida, hide them in his bathroom, and openly talk about how, oh, I shouldn't have these, but I guess I do.
Oh no. Telling Truth Social.
But anyways, it's just all a leftist plot to take him down. Sorry, and we don't try and get political. I don't think we.
Right.
That's not like our main goal, but like this is something worth talking about because
I personally view it. It's not political at this point. Saying that Trump did something wrong is not political. You know what I mean?
And it shouldn't be political.
It shouldn't be political because as any human in this country, if they do something against the law, they should be in trouble. You know what I mean? They should be.
You chant for justice. You scream that like rights have things have consequences, and you should do what's right. But I like him, so no, he doesn't go.
It's like we went through a similar situation with Nixon. You know what I mean? Like Nixon did some bad things. There was a whole scandal with Nixon, and like, do we not learn from our mistakes? Like
the difference is they clearly didn't learn from their mistakes, because the thing is, Nixon was like, "Oh no, I messed up. I can't continue," and he was bowed out.
Right?
Like he left. Trump is actively going, "Nah, I'm still in this. There's no way that I'm not going to be president in 2024." And it's like, if you get indicted, like if you get found guilty, not only are you going to spend at least 30 years in prison, you're never going to be president again. Yeah. Even if you don't go to prison, there's no way you can be president.
Nope. It just would not. It's just not possible. It's not possible.
And I'll say this: if you think that you can get people to change the Constitution just to say that, oh, if you've had a criminal offense, you can still be president, then we can change it and take away your guns too, buddy. Oh.
I don't know. This whole situation is wild. Trump at this point is not political. You know what I mean? Like talking about Trump, bad or bad, talking bad about Trump ain't political. It's just not.
It's just the truth.
It's the truth.
The
I'm
truth
sorry.
social of it all.
The tr-
Anyways, on a lighter note, let's talk about cheese.
I love cheese. I've been waiting for this moment the entire podcast because I love cheese so much.
I was talking with I was talking with a girl about
No way.
yeah, I can talk to women apparently. We were talking about like meal preps that she does and things like that, and I was like, oh, you should put some Parmesan cheese on that, and she was like, oh no, I put some feta on it. And I said to her, I was like, oh, feta is not one of my favorite cheeses, but it's also not like my least favorite either. And that started me thinking about like what my favorite cheeses are.
Ranking cheese.
I'm sort of like ranking cheese.
That's what I'm here for.
I don't have like an official cheese ranking, but I will let you know my favorite cheese, Colby Jack.
Really?
Colby Jack.
Okay.
Yep.
That stuff is good. I couldn't eat like a block of it. Like I it's too dense to just like gnaw right off the block.
I have eaten blocks of it.
That's so gross.
They used to be like $1.29 to get like one of those half rinds, and I would just eat that at home like as a snack.
But you shred it up or even cube it. Like I don't know what it is about, like the block is so dense, but like if you cube it, it's all squishy. I don't know how it works. I don't know how cheese works.
I'll tell you what, cubing up the cheese, if you cube up, we would take a block of Colby Jack and cube it up, and that's part of my family's mac and cheese recipe. I'm not going to tell you the full thing because
secret recipe. Yeah,
it's delicious, and I'm not sharing it with you no matter what you say, Matt.
You could just, if you give it to me, I'll tell you all the cheeses that are in it.
No. You're never allowed to have it. That's part of your punishment now. I'm gonna deny you the cheesy goodness of the O'Connor mac and cheese.
We went to a wedding just yesterday, like a week or so before this episode airs.
Right.
And it was my best friend's wedding. Other best friend, chill. I have more than one.
Dude, do we not want to be friends anymore? You keep hurting me so much in this episode.
Listen, I have to categorize things. So you are like my best friend, like overall best friend. If anybody asked me who my best friend was, I would say you. Now, I have other categories, okay? So you are my overall best friend. Mia is my best friend as far as like I'm in a relationship with her. She's my best friend. My friend Tessa is my best friend, but a different kind of best friend because I don't get to see her very often. You know what I mean? I literally talk with you once a week, twice a week, most weeks. And
shout out to TGB One Shots, available every Tuesday.
I'm glad we can like actually talk about it now instead of vaguely talking about D&D. And then like Luke, Noah, Jake, friends from like that grew up in Grove City, and I was friends with them for a long time. I grew up with them. Our families are very, very close. Like that's kind of like the best family friends kind of situation. You know what I mean? Like there's categories. I was at Luke's wedding. Okay. Best family friend tied with his two brothers because we're very close, you know? And they had mac and cheese and pierogies at the wedding, and it was the best food I've ever had in my life. It was so good. It was so good. I'm like, all right, Mia, you know, if this is gonna happen, it has to be mac and cheese and pierogies.
I was gonna say, can we make a promise to each other that when we get married, like not to each other, unless you want to, but like at our respective weddings, we gotta have mac and cheese and pierogies.
Yes, yeah, it's got to at least be two of the sides. You know what I mean? Like
even if it's just us in the back going, just put the pierogies in the water, Matt. Come on. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I've ever told this story, maybe to you or just on the podcast. Would you like to hear my pierogi story?
Sure. I'd love to.
So we were going ice skating, right? And before we left, I was like, oh, I want a little bit of a snack. I'm kind of hungry. So we had a box of Mrs. T's pierogies in the freezer. And I was like, oh, I'll just cook up 2 of these real quick. And like it'll be like a little snack that I can have, not a big deal. So take them out of the box, put them on a paper towel, put them in the microwave. Look on the back of the box for how long to put it in the microwave for. It's like 8 to 9 minutes.
Okay.
So put them in the micro, or put it on a paper plate, not on a paper towel. Put it in the microwave. Walk away. I'm going because it's 9 minutes. I'm not going to stand there for 9 minutes. I'm going to go watch TV.
I can already see
I can
where
hear.
this is going.
I can hear the microwave from the living room.
Can you hear fire from the living room?
My mom comes to the kitchen and she's like, "Why is it smoky in here?" And looks over and sees the smoke is billowing out of the microwave. And so she stops it, opens the microwave, and it like whoofs out like in a cartoon. If you see like someone like Patty and Selma, the ants on The Simpsons, like if you walked in, you know how there's always like a slight haze around them when they're smoking.
Yeah,
it was like that, like full out. And I was in the kitchen at this point because like she was they're making a deal out of it because it was a deal.
Yeah.
I look into the microwave. Half the paper plate is just gone. Like it's actively on fire, burning. The pierogies look like charcoal briquettes.
What'd you do, like 90 minutes?
I did 8 to 9 minutes. They're fully burnt. Microwave is like non-usable anymore. House is filled with smoke. Smoke detectors going off. We're trying to open all the windows, like make it like livable, and we have to leave in 5 minutes to go to ice skating.
Oh my!
Because we bought tickets already because it's down at PPG.
Yeah.
So my mom was like, "How did you do this? What did you do?" And I was like, "Well, I read the instructions. The instructions said 8 to 9 minutes." And she looked at the back of the box. Apparently, if you're gonna microwave pierogies, you should put them in water. If you can't hear it, Matt is cackling at the top of his lungs, but it's clipping out because he's laughing so loudly at me. So the idea is that they're frozen, and so you want to boil them back to life, basically.
Right.
I didn't consider that for one moment. I was like, "Oh yeah, microwave."
You just scan for some numbers. Oh yeah, 350 minutes. Yeah, that's the one.
8 to 9 minutes. It's all the information I needed.
Clearly, it wasn't.
Thanks, Matt.
Oh, that's such a great story. I can't wait to tell that to our kids.
So, anyways, what's your favorite kind of cheese?
Oh man. Whew. Okay. I guess it depends, man. Like it depends. I like different cheeses on different things. I really like mozzarella cheese, like Baby Bell mozzarellas. Oh man,
Is a Baby Bell mozzarella?
I think so. I think so. Let's find out.
Because it
Baby
doesn't
Bell.
it doesn't taste like mozzarella.
Cheese. I thought it was. I could be wrong. Louisiana Fast.
Why are you singing the Popeyes theme?
I don't know. Can you just tell me the Baby Bell original cheese?
There is a Baby Bell mozzarella variety,
Oh,
so I don't think the original is going to be mozzarella.
Okay, it doesn't tell me what.
Here we go. What type of cheese is the Mini Baby Bell? Mini Baby Bell is 100% semi-soft cheese goodness packed with. That's not the type of cheese that it is.
Okay, well, regardless, Baby Bell originals are without a doubt my favorite cheese. I would snack on those day in and day out, all day, every day if I could. I really love Gouda. Gouda cheese is so good.
Mhm.
And like I love ricotta cheese, but only when it's like I'm not just gonna spoon out ricotta cheese, Like it has to be cooked in something like stromboli, calzone, or stuffed shells, something like that, lasagna. Ravioli. Yeah. That's that's really it. Like I mean we use mozzarella cheese, I believe, for our crescent roll chicken. No,
Mm.
not for actually I think for a crescent roll chicken and for our chili rellenos. It's either mozzarella or it's is Colby Jack the orange and white one, or is it just white?
It's orange and white.
Okay. I think we use mozzarella for both of those. Regardless, I love mozzarella. The white cheese, whatever we use, that's the one I like.
I got Blaze Pizza today, which is like a build your own pizza place.
Oh yeah.
And I got fresh mozzarella and the shredded mozzarella and the ricotta. And I think
Nice.
those are really good, like pizza cheeses.
Remember when we went to that pizza place in DC where it's like a
Mhm.
build your own pizza? Oh my goodness, man. That stuff was so good.
I really like build your own pizza places because especially when there's not a limit to the amount of toppings.
Yeah.
Because like I like to be a little creative with my pizza.
Yeah, I don't want your everything pizza because sometimes I'm not in the mood for mushrooms.
So
I want
I don't want green
green
peppers
peppers.
on my pizza.
green peppers. That's what I'm saying. Green peppers. Sometimes I don't want onions, Sometimes
Right.
I'm not in the mood. So like I want to build your own so I don't have to say without the onions. Oh, without the green peppers.
Right.
Like I don't want to have to say that. I just want to say that's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want. I do like it. It's like Subway, but build your own pizza.
For sure.
Have it your way.
Well, thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of The Garlic Boys. If you'd like to stay in touch with us and what we're doing, please follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. If you'd like to support us directly, you go onto our Patreon at patreon.com/thegarlicboys. Our tiers start at just $3 a month, and even that is super helpful to us. We appreciate that a lot.
Yes, sir.
If you'd like to watch video versions of the podcast, you can find those at youtube.com/@thegarlicboys. Supplementary mom report for this week. Shout out to Andre's grandmother from Victorious. She might have been crazy, but she was crazy cool.
Yeah, totally. Crazy cool.
Alrighty. Matt, any final thoughts for this episode?
Come on, son. Yeah, that's it.
Alrighty. And as always, remember, Matt doesn't love me as much as he loves Mia. And stay garlicky. I have no feelings.
You didn't even say come on, son. It's hurt.